All right, shalom, shalom. Lord, you guys could hear me. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodach, for giving the opportunity to do a lesson today. I do want to give double honors to the elders and apostle Great Millstone for teaching the truth by using precepts upon precepts and line upon line. All right, and this lesson I do want to get into today is about the testimony dream I had last night, and I kind of forgot it because it was like I believe like 2 hours ago, and I was trying to like think about it, and I was doing other things in the morning, but I do remember one thing though. The main point of the dream was that there was nukes coming toward America, and and when I had that dream, I knew I had to make a lesson. I knew I had to make a video, a testimony video of the prophecy that's about to come to pass because America is going to get hit by nukes. We're coming within a time where Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is gonna fuck up America by hitting nukes in this land. All right, because all the abominable things. And let's not act like we don't know the pride, the lying, the pedophilia, the the crime rate, the adultery, the everything that you could think of that's against that the Yahweh Shema Shah is against of. America does it to the T. All right, they do it, and then Yahweh Shema Shai at this point he's gonna judge this land for its wickedness with thermonuclear missiles, and I saw it in my dream. I remember I was just in a car, if I'm mistaken, and I just look up in that sky, and we just saw. I believe I don't know. I think it was like it was in a day of dark and gloominess, and Joel chapter 2 goes to it too. But it was like a thick darkness. It was like a depressing time. And then next minute later, everybody was in this time of despair, in a time of need. Everybody's in a time of like, damn, we need to shut the fuck up and listen to the one that knows what's going on. All right, because some people there was just like all that pride they had in themselves and all that confidence they had in themselves went down to the gutter. They went down to the ground. They wasn't talking in those days because right now everybody's talking. Everybody is piped up. Everybody is happy. Well, kind of. Everybody's kind of getting depressed because of gas prices and the prices going up. But everybody in there is in the spirit of you know, wow, I'm the shit. I'm doing what I gotta do. I don't care if I did all this wickedness, nothing is bad happening to me. Type of vibe, you know? But in the dream I had, all that was cut to nothing. All that was cut to low. All that bullshit, all that crying, hoorah, all that was basically just stopped. Because it was a desperate time, dark and gloomy. And then next minute later, you look up in the sky and you see a nuke coming down. And I was like, damn. I was like, damn. All right, it was dreadful too. Because it's like you're looking for one hope and you're thinking that this hope will help you, but that's not going to help you no more. And since you saw everything going downhill, you already knew everything was going to get worse. So as soon as you saw the nuke, you're just like, well, it is what it is. That's what type of spirit it was. And we're about to enter that time when a lot of you Jakes might experience that. You Edomites too. You Edomites deserve it, to be honest with you. You Edomites are the most prideful people on the planet. Y'all top it. Y'all top it. Y'all white people, you Edomites, you guys are the pridefulest one. Pridefulest one. Yahweh Shema Shai got something for you. Book of Ezekiel 35 talks about it. But right now I want to talk about the nukes that's about to come to pass. Because America is putting itself in a position where all these nations are going to fulfill prophecy against America. To do what? To send their arrows against Babylon the Great for its wickedness. So let's read Joel chapter 2, verse 1. It says, This blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. All right, it is nigh at hand. How do you blow the trumpet? By going to highways and byways and sounding an alarm of the danger that's about to come ahead. All right, by warning the people of the future prophecy. Also by making videos that's sounding a trumpet. You're making an alarm. You're making it aware. You're trying to make it a presence to people to realize that everybody got to wake the f up. Why? Because the Lord cometh, and it is nigh at hand. And he's not coming with no peaches and cream, he's coming with a sword. Matthew 10:34. Think not I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. The sword is a thermonuclear missile, buddy. That's what it is. So the Most High is gonna come with nukes, and it's coming very soon. And how do we know it's coming very soon? Look at the prophecies. Look at how the world is going against America, like the scripture says. Look how the world is into War 3, like the scripture says. Look how the world is how Israel, the least of the flock, Israel brought out America into the war, like the prophecy said. That's all been fulfilled as we speak in front of your eyes. For it is nigh at hand, it's near. Verse 2, I said day 2. Verse 2, a day of darkness and a gloominess, a day of cloud and thick darkness. All right, and that's like the atmosphere of what's gonna happen in those days. It's gonna be gloomy. It's gonna be depressing. It's gonna be no hope because we just saw the fact that we're gonna enter a time where there's not gonna be no more food in the stores anymore. It's gonna be barely food. There's gonna be barely gas. Everything's gonna basically crash. Basically. As the morning spread upon the mountain, a great people and the strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even of the years, even to the years of many generations. All right, let's read that again. A day of darkness and the gloominess, a day of cloud and a thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountain, a great people and the strong, there have not been ever the like. All right, that great people and strong that have not been ever the like is talking about the thermonuclear missiles. The reason why it's described as something that you have never seen before is because nobody on Earth had never seen an ICBM missile being launched from one continent to another continent, hitting another country. Nobody have seen that, and it looked like a strong people because back in the days in war times, when you see men going to war, you see them marching in an organized manner. When these nukes launch one continent to another continent, they're going to be launching in an organized manner, like a great people and a strong. They have not been ever the like. You've never seen a nuke coming in an organized manner coming toward another nation. You've never seen that before. There have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, because when America be destroyed with thermonuclear missiles, all right, the new kingdom's gonna come to pass. Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, all right, Jacob, Yasharallah, the princes of powers, they're gonna rule on the whole world. You're gonna learn no more war. All the weaponry, all the technology that was created for weaponry is gonna be put down, or even to years of many generation, meaning many that means forever, because Israel is going to rule forever. We're never going to be put down ever again. We're going to rule forever. There's no, there's a, you're going to rule forever because the law is going to be within us to keep to be righteous forever. The only reason why we got out of power is because we didn't keep the law. But as soon as we keep the law perfect, there's not going to be no reason for us to be out of power. No more sin too, meaning that no more death for Israelites, so-called Negroes like twin Americans. And that means what? We're gonna rule forever. We're gonna be on top. And there's gonna be no more war ever again. Verse 3, a fire devour before them, and behind them a flame burneth. Now that's describing the ICBM missile. A fire devour before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The burneth flame burneth is basically the what? The ICBM missile, the launch. The land is as a garden of Eden, the land of pleasure, and this is the land of pleasures. You do anything you want in the Babylon the Great, and you won't be criticized. Before them and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, nothing shall escape them. Because when the nukes hit America, what is gonna leave behind? It's gonna leave behind nothing. It's gonna leave behind basically a desolate wilderness, and that's the future prophecy of America. America's gonna be a new wilderness land. All the doleful creatures, all the wildlife creatures, they're gonna be in America, live in America, as a new place, because it got wiped away. All right, verse 4, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses. The horsemen, so shall they run. All right, so shall they run. Verse 5, like the noise of chariots on top of mountain, shall they leap, like the noise of flame of fire that devour the stubble, as a strong people set in a battle array. Verse 5, let's do it again. Like the noise of chariots on the top of mountain, shall they leap. That's talking about the ICU missiles going to one continent to another continent. That's literally what they do. They shall leap and won't fulfill call out Yahweh Shema Shai. Or they shall leap like noise of the flame of fire that devour the stubble, as strong people set in a battle array. The strong people set in a array to war. Because that's what's gonna come to pass. You're gonna see nukes. And in my dream, I saw nukes. I saw nukes. I just saw one bright falling, bright star coming from the sky, and I knew it was a nuke because it was just that time. It was just that spirit. It was that like you know how you be in an atmosphere or something, you could tell what's gonna happen according to the atmosphere. That's basically what the dream was. It was like you know it was Jacob trouble. You know we're in a hype of Jacob trouble. We know we're in a time of like effed up because everybody's panicking, and then everybody just look up in the sky and you just see a nuke coming down. That's how it was. As strong people set in a battle array. Before their face, the people shall be much pain. All face shall gather blackness. Basically, everybody's gonna be, scared. Shit in bricks, dumbfounded, bamboozled, flabbergasted, because they thought that this would never happen. Or America, a lot of you Americans out there, you believe that America is never get hit by nukes. You swear on your mama up and down that's never gonna happen. It is just so dumb. If I'm not mistaken, I remember a brother said in GMS Miami, he said, "Oh, what did he say?" He said, "No, I don't, I forgot what he said word by word, but he said that he heard somebody, probably a Edomite, had told him that there's no these nations don't have missiles that could reach to America." That is the most dumbest thing I heard of my life. If that's the case, why do you think Trump wants an Iron Dome around America? I think he called it the Golden Dome, something like that. Why do you think he wants that? Why do you think he wants that for? He just wanted it because he want to look cool. No, he wants it because he knows these nations got the capability to f us up, f us. Never mind, I'm not part of y'all. To f America up, goofy. So the people's gonna be flabbergasted in those days because they really believe that this will never happen. But in those days, they're gonna look up in the sky and realize that wait a minute, this is happening. Verse 7, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. They shall march everyone in his way, and they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his path. And when they shall fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They're not going to be hurt. What when they fall by the sword, the thermal missiles come and it's come from the sky, and America shoots it because America do have a defense system against ICBM missiles. It's not really, a good defense, but it's a defense. It's a missile against a missile type of scenario. It's basically using a missile to shoot another missile down. That's all it is. But what did it say? It says what? Hold on. Yeah, it says, neither shall one thrust another, they shall walk everyone in his path, and when they shall fall upon a sword, they shall not be wounded. So it's basically saying that when the defense system starts and they try to take down the ICBM missiles, it's not going to work. It's basically gonna fail on them. Verse 9, they shall run to and fro to the city, they shall run upon the wall, they shall climb up upon the house, they shall enter in at the window like a thief. This is basically talking about the shockwave hitting the windows, blasting everything out the way. All right, it's gonna come through the cities. It's gonna destroy everything in America. All right, and the nukes that Russia has, them boys have powerful nukes. I believe they have like 16 warheads in each ICBM. All right, they probably could fit more. I don't know. Shit, Russia could do shit that we don't know. Russia got technology that we do not know. America doesn't know either. They don't know. And people be like, "Oh, but prophecy says that it will be 2,000 and something like that." Well, and they don't have that much nukes. Well, there's something called NATO. NATO's gonna shoot their nukes at America too. The beast shall hate the whore and burn her. That means the NATO nations are gonna go against America in World War III. And we're seeing that happening right now too. We're seeing Germany saying you ain't shit. You're seeing France talking shit about America. Japan of all people is talking shit about America. In Japan, a nation that got hit by two atomic bombs, you know they want their lick back. What? You know they want their revenge. It's about to be a chaotic time. France, Britain, Great Britain's gonna go against America. It's look, man, it's not looking good. Even Spain, man, it's not looking good. It's gonna come to pass. We're gonna see nukes falling from the sky. To be honest with you, nukes is my favorite prophecy. I love nukes. Nukes is like the end all be all of a story. It's like the final thing to make you understand that look, this is real. And all that bullshit y'all was doing, all that fantasy world, all that who, all that prideful stuff, thinking you bringing the confidence down, is gonna be passed away. All right. Well, let's continue on reading. It says, "They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the house. They shall enter in the window like a thief." Verse 10: "The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall jar their shining." Well, you already know what that is. It's thermonuclear missiles. That's the cause of the. That's basically the effect of a ICBM missile attack. All right. When our Earth shaking to and fro, what's gonna cause our Earth to shake to and fro? What kind of powerful weapon that we have on Earth right now that we could think of that could cause an ICBM missile? What's gonna block the stars from shining in those days? The mushroom clouds. That could do that. Verse 11: "The Lord Yahweh of hosts shall allow the Yahweh of power, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Lord Yahweh shall utter his voice before his army." The nukes are his armies. "For his camp is very great, for he is strong and execute his word. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is is great and very terrible, and who can abide it?" Who's gonna abide by it? Who's gonna stop him? Nobody is. Who's gonna stop Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai? Who nobody can. People, these nations are trying to stop War 3, and they're entering War 3 right now. America didn't want to join the war. What happened? They was forced to join the war by what? By Israel. Scripture says that the least flock shall draw Babylon the Great out. And you can't stop prophecy. You can't stop prophecy. Let's go to Isaiah 13. Let's go to verse 18. No, I want to go to no 14 verse 27. It's all the way down. I believe it's 27. Yep. Isaiah 14 verse, let's start at verse 26. "This is the purpose that is purpose upon the whole earth, and this is the hand that stretched out upon all the nations." Verse 27: "For the Lord Yahweh Bashimashai of hosts of armies have purpose, who shall disannul it? And his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back?" All right. And disannul means to stop, to pause, to prevent. All right. Is you can't prevent the thing to come to pass. You can't do it. It's just impossible. It's like a canon event. It's bound to happen. Or you know how everybody has a canon event of being having that girl they love so much, and then she broke their heart. That's like everybody canon event. This is a canon event for America to get nuked. It's just a canon event. It just must come to pass. You can't stop it. You can't stop prophecy. You could cry, you could whine, you could yell, you could scream, you could, oh my gosh, but you can't stop it. All right. And the crazy part about it is that a lot of you Americans out there are hoping for this day too. Because you guys are all suffering, you're all going through bullshit, you all realize it's all depressed. The marriage rate had dropped to the point where nobody don't want to actually want to do relationships no more. It's sad. It's really bad. It's bad. So y'all want righteousness to come to pass. You just don't want to admit it. And don't worry, somebody's gonna do something about it. Y'all bust my shot. He's gonna f this nation up by what? By hitting nukes with it. Not one, not two, but a whole six pack of it. But that's how I want to get into today. Louis edified by this lesson. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadach, for giving the opportunity to lesson today. I do want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching the truth by using precept upon precepts and line upon line. Shalom.